Need to, but let's say we take 25,000 miles circumference of the equator. So let me go with a circle here, eclipse with a circle, and let's go circle. Okay, so we're going to put this out to the equator, which is where? Let me show you. So the equator is about there, right? And that kind of covers it all. Okay, so there's your equator, is the outside of this circle. And so we're really looking for now the curved spot from here to here, knowing that that makes that 12,000 miles, right? If we go here and we're going to grab this to there. So this line is going to be 12,500 miles in a second, as soon as I finish getting it in order. Okay. So that line right there is 12,000. I should be able to move it. Okay. So this orange line here is 12,000. So look at the distance between. Come on, don't lose that. So let's look at the distance between that flight we just looked at. So that flight leaving for Johannesburg and coming to right here is what? So it's certainly not 12,000 miles. It's certainly not. Oh, let's see if we can separate it by those spaces. So we got one. So we said this is 12,500. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's 8. Let's go ahead and figure out what that would be. So if we have 8 of those little dots, 12,500 miles divided by 8 equals, so 1562 each section. Okay, so 1562 each section. We grab that, we put it onto, I guess Johannesburg's probably right here. Let me move it to where that green dot is right on top of it. What would you say there? Is about where Johannesburg is? Let me go back to here and see if we can see. Where's Johannesburg? Move. Oh, so it's going to be way south. Way south, and that's Johannesburg? Yeah, okay. So we're going back to here. So we're going way south, more like than here. What's that little green thing there? I don't really see that. All right. Yeah, it's about there. So we're going to go there to, and figure right about here. If we kind of swung this up, it's not really possible for me to turn it. Let's get it more like this. That's still a little bit off. So if it was here, it would be 1, 2, 3. See that? 1, 2, 3. And if you want to give it a little bit more airing on the side of the globe, maybe 3.5, right? So 3.5 times our number, that would we come up with? 1562 times 3 would be 4687. And what did we say that the miles were on the globe? It was, let's go back here, this one here. Come on. So what's ridiculous is to ever just claim that, oh, I looked into flat Earth, and because these flights are impossible. What is impossible? What is going on? Why does this thing always do this? Go, okay, thank you. Let me find out this measurement. I forgot what it was. Properties and measurements. So we have 4623 on here. There you go. And we just came out with 4687 by multiplying it by 3. Now you might say, oh, Jaron, that's 3.5. Okay, so add half of that was 700. So now we're looking at 5200. Easily done through planes that go higher than we expect, go faster than we expect, take the jet streams when we don't expect it. Jet streams, I have papers, I've shown it before, I can show you again. There's links in the t.me/Jaronism links that say, by somebody who was a scientist who was doing studies on the atmosphere, who says that we have up to 350 mile per hour jet streams in the south. So why is it that now we're told they're only 250? Well, because 350 might make the lie more obvious. So this is not a problem flight for the flat Earth. There's just no way to look at that and say, oh, this flight here is... Wait, no. If you listen to this guy talk, he'll say in a second that it would take 24 hours to make this flight on a flat Earth. What is he talking about? What are you talking about? How would you even say that? If this line here is 12,500 miles, because the circumference of the equator is 25,901, then you can just move this stick out and use it as a barometer or use it as a measuring device, and you'll figure out that you're wrong about that. Now, the other one that he will bring up here in a second, we'll talk about that, is this one, the Sydney to Santiago, and I'll show you some reasons why the flat Earth has more evidence than the globe as far as that goes. If you're taking this flight, okay, and I've always said I don't think that it goes across the United States. It probably does something more like this. If you want to see what the flight really does, kind of like this. Okay, that's kind of the flight path it would take. And if we look it up, we're going to see that the flight does 7,000 miles. 7,000 miles. In usually about 12 and a half hours. Okay? Let's go 12.5 hours. All right, so we multiply that out. We do 7,000 divided by 12.5 to figure out how fast that plane would be going. And we get 560. Okay, clear this out. So that means that this plane that we know of goes 560 miles per hour. Okay, but here's the problem. This is where Globers are believing in fantasies. That if there is a up to 350 mile per hour wind blowing this way, okay, but we're now told it's 250, okay, and sometimes 200. Okay, let's just give it to them. Let's just say it's 200 miles per hour. Here's what you dumb must believe. That the plane is actually going 360 miles per hour. Even though it can do twice that. For some reason, this plane, out of all planes, that's flying the longest distance, all of a sudden said, nah, it. We're going to go way slower than any other plane in the sky. We want to go 360 miles per hour, and then we're going to add 200 miles per hour to our speed with the jet stream, and we're going to go 560, and we're going to get there in 12 and a half hours. Or, does it make more sense that you take the 200 and add it to the 560? And all of a sudden, that plane is going 760 miles per hour. And then you take 760 miles per hour and multiply that by 12.5, and all of a sudden, that plane is going 9,500 miles. Do you see the point? You believe in a fantasy, not us. I believe that planes tend to go as fast as they can to get where they want to go. I do not think that planes go 360 when they can go 620 and just go, we're just going to we're going to lollygag and get there. No. This is the evidence that you need. You guys are too f***ing stupid to see it. All of you Globers are too f***ing tiny, bald, little f***ing sucked up in your abdomen that you can't even fight against known liars who are lying to humanity. You are protecting these liars. You are protecting them. Sickening. Sickening. I mean, how many are you going to jump off roofs when you realize what you've done? That's my question. Okay? I'm not backing any known liars that are hurting humanity. You are. Do you understand the difference? Doesn't matter how many times you call me a grifter or think I'm lying. No, I'm not the one lying. Your governments are. And if you're too stupid to see that governments lie, then you're too stupid to be on this show. Get the hell out of here. I'm not lying when I just gave you the details of that flight. I'm not lying when I tell you what the speeds of the jet streams are. I'm not lying when I tell you that they can get up and they use the jet. Every single f***ing plane in the sky uses the jet streams. At least passenger jets. Every one of them. Okay? So pay attention. You do not have planes that are going the longest distance in the world that are going drastically below their top speed, which is what you have to believe that the globe is true. Do you understand the problem? You have the problem.